Welcome back to Whip Tips, and today I'm still chasing down that oil leak in my 2004 Honda Pilot, Gen 1 Pilot. And what I think I'm going to try next is what I didn't know when I did the valve cover gaskets, otherwise I would have done this at the same time. The overhead cams on these engines, there's actually a thrust plate right in here. If you can see where I'm pointing here with my finger, this is the front valve cover, and I'm getting most of my leak from the front. All of my leak is coming from the front. So right in here, there is a thrust plate that essentially bolts into the side of the overhead cams, and the camshaft there, I guess, runs into the thrust plate. I'm not sure. I didn't take a close look, but anyway, there's an O-ring on that thrust plate. And so it's fairly easy, I think. I haven't done it before, so we'll find out. Basically, all you do is you disconnect an electrical connector here on your EGR valve, your front EGR valve. 2 bolts bolt on your front EGR valve. You undo those. I think they're 12 millimeter. Pop the EGR valve off, and then you can get access to the 2 bolts for the thrust plate, which go in this direction. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've got the EGR valve off. Now I'm going to take off the thrust plate in the side here. You can't see it from the angle the camera's at, but I just showed you where it is, and it's pretty easy to spot. Hopefully that's 12 millimeters too. If not, I'll be back. It's driving me nuts. The stud is right in the way of getting a good socket on there. Now, with this you have to be really careful The mating surface, I think, actually goes inside, so you don't have to like be, you know, absolutely careful, but I don't want to go scoring up all the metal here. Remember, I said this in all my Honda videos. This is aluminum, right? Not steel. So just try and be gentle, but all I'm doing here is kind of tapping it loose, the cover plate. And I'm just kind of going back and forth on either. You'll see it when you're in here. There are two little flanges that stick out for the bolt. And I'm just kind of tapping it back and forth gently. And let's see if I can pull it. No. But I did tap it far enough out. I think I can just kind of lever it by rotating the screwdriver. Nope. Thought I could. Tough one. It's just really jammed in there. You know, this is one of those things where you may just have to go from side to side, lever on one side, then lever on the other. And walk it out. One more thing I'm going to try. Walking it back and forth did nothing. So next I'm going to try getting a pry bar in there. See if I can do that. Yeah, there it goes. It popped out with the pry bar. Just be gentle. Don't go prying like mad on everything. Now I am having to walk it from either side. There it is. Okay. There's your thrust plate. And that little O-ring is the culprit. Now, you want to get yourself a nice set of picks to do this instead of, that's not going to work. What you need is something that's narrow and pointy at the end. And I just did another reorg on my garage, so I have no idea where my set of picks is. See if I can get underneath with a razor blade. Yeah, I can tell this thing is just totally crusty and gone. Oh my gosh, that's bad. And yes, this is also aluminum. Whew. That is barely rubber anymore. All right, so got my genuine Honda O-ring. I'll keep it here for a second so you can get the part number off of there if you need it. Okay, first I'm going to clean off this. All right. Voila. Now, if you get this, if you put it on, you can only put this on one way. So if you put it on and it's not going in, you just kind of rotate it 180 degrees and try the other way. I'm just going to tap it home. All right. Bolts back. Now, I don't know what the torque specs are. I just did that just tight enough. Remember, you don't want to strip out the aluminum and everything. So I'm going to just take a paper towel. Just try and get up some of that oil that dripped out so that I can make sure this thing isn't still leaking, because that oil that just dripped out will make it smoke too. All right. Now put your EGR valve back on. And the two nuts. Plug that back in. Now, I have to confess, when we did the last video, I forgot to reattach the bolts for my airbox over there. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'm going to start her up. And wouldn't you know it, no, that didn't work. So after doing all this work, I finally was able to get, one of the problems was I couldn't get to an angle where I could see clearly about what was going on under the engine block from below. And so after I finished this job, I just got a bunch of lights and took the time that I probably should have done up front. But even then, it wouldn't have worked very well because I had to do all of this cleanup in order to make sure and isolate what the problem was. And what it turns out, blown head gasket. So I did a quick video for my Instagram followers and my shorts on YouTube, and to explain the final outcome of this sad, sad project. So here it goes. It's a sad day, folks. This may be the end of my 04 Honda Pilot. I've replaced both valve cover gasket sets, all of the spark tube gaskets or seals, the grommets on the bolts. I've replaced the O-rings on the Camshaft thrust plates here and here. And I've still got an oil leak somewhere, and it's dripping onto the exhaust manifold. And since I've replaced everything else and nothing, and those replacements aren't leaking, it can only be one of two things. Either the exhaust manifold is somehow pulling up oil into it, or a head gasket's blown. And I'm done with this 04. It's got 200 and something thousand miles on it. It's just not worth it anymore. Say goodbye to a legend. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Doc out. Oh, you made it to the end. That's awesome. Listen, I'm Doc. I'm the one who's, the voice behind these videos. And I really appreciate you taking the time to actually watch the whole thing. That's fantastic. If you've got time, if you want to, if you like the video, hit like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you get notified of new videos when I put them up. I'm going to try and do one a week. And I'm going to do a bunch of Instagram stuff, so make sure you follow me there and on Twitter. Instagram's going to be the shorter stuff. I don't have any merchandise yet. I'm planning to as the channel grows. If I succeed, I'll get some merch. For now, if you really want to help me in another way, you like these videos enough, I'm going to put links to my books in the description of the video. I'm a science fiction author in my spare time as well, so I'm juggling a lot of balls. But anyway, I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at the next one. Hey, do me a favor and turn this junk off. I don't know how to deal with tech.